y'all. I hope you can see me. I got some light on in here. We're in between church services. I'm still in Pearl, Mississippi. If you watched my video from earlier today, you will saw that I put on a pot of beans this morning. Now we're getting ready to make some hot water cornbread. Because you know I was called on the carpet by the real country cooks who accused me of not making real hot water cornbread. They were right and they were wrong. They didn't watch my video, obviously, because in the video I said I had done some things differently to make a lighter cornbread. But since I'm in the country, since I'm in Pearl, Mississippi, I'm going to show you the real way hot water cornbread was made. Right here is just meal. I use 1 cup of meal. Get a spoon. And since I use 1 cup of meal, I boiled my water. I'm going to use 1 cup of hot water. Equal amounts. Okay. Then we may need to add a little bit more in there. Sometimes you can put a little sugar or put a little salt. I'm going to add just a little bit of sugar to mine. Let me get this thing over here. You could also put an egg in here. But let me tell you something. Our ancestors had such a creative mind because they used what they had. I put about 1.5 spoons of sugar. The old folk would say, you're making cornbread, you're not making cake. And now I'm just going to mix it. You can see what I'm doing? Well, they didn't have eggs. They didn't have butter. They didn't have oil. They didn't have, what else goes in cornbread? Flour. All they had was a little meal and some hot water. And now we eat hot water cornbread and we think we're doing something. But for our ancestors, they were simply using what they had. Okay? See how I got it right here? I think I want it just a little bit stiffer because I want to be able to see, look. See how that is? I want mine just a little bit stiffer. So when it's this way, you sprinkle just a little bit at a time. Sometimes you sprinkle just a little bit at a time and you get it too thick. Well, if you do that, you just add some more water, okay? I'm mixing it. But honey, this conference was over and folks were standing around talking about where they were going to go eat. I thought to myself, I know where I'm going to eat. Shoot, I'm going back to Miss Ann's house because I put my beans on this morning. Okay, this is good enough. Let me come on around here because I got my oil over here getting hot. Then let me show you. Ooh, these beans. Glory to his name. What do you see these beans? Look at that. Look at these. Great Northern beans. You saw me take, it took me about 7 or 8 minutes to put it together. Uh-oh, can you see it? Make sure I got this angle right. It took me about 7 or 8 minutes to put this together. But you can do it in less time than that. Okay. Come over here while I get ready to fry this bread because I want you to see what I'm doing. Okay. Here we are. My grease is over there. You want to take your hands and rinse them in cold water. Then I'm going to take my bread and we're going to pat out. Ooh, it's hot. I'm going to pat out a little piece. I don't have my cameraman, okay? Then I'm going to take this. Come on over here. Oh, my fire isn't too high. And I'm just going to place it in the oil. See that? Got that? Okay, now I'm going to rinse my hands because I touched that bone and I'm cooking. But I need to rinse them in cold water anyway. I'm going to pat out another piece of bread. And we're going to just drop it in that hot oil. And let it do its cooking. Maybe I can pat another one. And I'm using yellow cornmeal. But this is it. This is the recipe, the original recipe for hot water cornbread. This is the way my mother made hot water cornbread. This is the way her mother, Mattie Canton Bowie, made hot water cornbread. It's the way Lula Earls Canton made it. And it's the way Dora Arnold Earls made it. And it's the way Rena McCoy. Rena Sparks McCoy made it. How many generations did I go back? It's the way I make it. It's the way my daughter makes it. And one of these days, I'm going to teach my granddaughter to make it. So we're just passing down a recipe that's been in the family for years. Look at that. Look at that. The moral of this story that I want to teach you when we're talking about hot water cornbread. But you remember what I said? That it's a poor man's bread. The people didn't have all the ingredients to make cornbread. So they used what they had. And that's the message I want to pass on to you. Use what you have. They didn't say, oh, I don't have any eggs. I don't have any oil. And that's what we do. Sometimes we get a dream. God will give us a divine vision or a dream. And what's the first thing we say? Oh, I haven't been to college. Oh, I don't have any money. Oh, the bank won't give me a loan. We have all these excuses for not doing something. That's my friend Dwayne Shigg's book, Do Something. We make so many excuses for not doing something. But as you look at this hot water cornbread, I want you to be challenged to do what our ancestors did. And that is to simply use what you have. I'm going to give you one more look at it. Then I'm going to show you my beans, my bowl of beans when this is done. Well, all right, y'all. Did you get a good look at it? Okay, I'll let you see the finished product. Don't forget, when you think about hot water cornbread, think about using what you have. You use what you have, honey, boom. You got everything you need. All right, I got to keep an eye on my bread. Eat my beans. It's 5:25. We got to be back at church at 7 o'clock. See y'all. But meanwhile, those folks are sitting up somewhere trying to get a table for dinner and gonna spend, if 5 of them go to dinner, they're gonna spend $125. And they all could have come over here and eaten dinner with me, all prepared for about $7. All right, y'all. Gotta watch my bread. Bye-bye.